Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Somaliland National Television English News Program. My name is Farhat Sheikh Habib and I'm here to update you with the latest top stories. These are the main news headlines. Somaliland President on Western Regions Development Inspection Tour. Somaliland President laid foundation stone on a number of development projects in Togwachale. Terror suspect is arrested in Berlin. The President of Somaliland, His Excellency Ahmed Mohamed Mahamoud Silaniya, visiting the country's western region of Awdal, has undertaken several key development-related projects. Residents in Baki district of Awdal region received the presidential entourage warmly, mostly with Somaliland flag and green twigs that symbolize respect. Upon the President's arrival in Paki town, attended an overwhelming ceremony organized by the members of the regional and district level of administration, where they informed the President about their conditions and expressed gratitude for the President's work visit to the region. Members of Baki traditional leaders speaking on the occasion have collectively complimented the President and his entourage for their fact-finding in the district and the region. However, they notified, on the other hand, about the region and district situation. On the other hand, members of the cabinet ministers accompanied by the President spoke on their part and discussed about the various development projects on the pipeline they've planned to undertake in those areas. Somaliland President, speaking to the public, informed the residents that the government of Somaliland will no longer spare any energy in improving and developing the district. The President of Somaliland, His Excellency Ahmed Mohamed Mahamoud Silaniya, on a supervisory tour to Gabile region of Somaliland, has undertaken laying foundation with various key development projects in Togwachale. The President of Somaliland, His Excellency Ahmed Mohamed Mahamoud Silaniya, on a supervisory tour to western regions of the country, has undertaken setting foundation with various development projects in those areas. The President earlier in the morning laid foundation rock of sports ground in Togwachale of Gapile. The Minister for Youth, Sports and Tourism spoke aftermath of laying foundation for the sports ground and listed down some of the assigned projects by the ministry is planning to undertake in the region. Similarly, President Silaniya prayed for the youth and urged them to utilize the stadium. The President, touring to the different parts of Togwachale, headed to the Security Force farm, whereby the Minister of Agriculture and members of the security forces presented samples of the farm products. The President took a salute from contingent of the security forces on the occasion. Ismail Umar Shakale, Chief of Somaliland Police Force, and Farah Elmi Gedole, Minister for Agriculture, collectively spoke and notified the President about this farming project jointly implemented by them. The president of Somaliland, continuing his fact-finding mission, has on the other hand laid foundation rock for a number of various other development projects in the region. Somaliland Minister for Information, Culture and National Guidance, Mr. Abdullahi Mohammed Dahir Ukuse, following by the President's entourage, informed media about the aim of the President's visit to the country's western regions in Somaliland. Somaliland Minister of Information, Culture and National Guidance, Mr. Abdullahi Mohammed Dahir Ukuse, speaking to the media, has informed the schedule of the President and stated that the President of Somaliland is scheduled to meet with the Western regions, senior administrators and senior public figures, among them traditional leaders like sultans and chiefs, local council officials and residents of Audal region, with the aim of hearing about their grievances and constraints they have, whereby the President and the traditional leaders of the region discussed about the region and its stability. The minister further added that the President is also scheduled to undertake various development projects in those areas. Members of Somaliland community in Norway collectively commended efforts of Somaliland Immigration Department for their activities in managing and exerting control over the people coming in and out of the country.
The Somaliland diaspora community in Norway praised the Somaliland police forces on the work they are doing in controlling immigration in Somaliland. In a public interview with SNL-TV on the street of Norwegian capital city of Oslo, members of Somaliland diaspora voiced their praise to all the civil servants working to protect the security of the country by understanding and implementing effective policy on immigration. They congratulated Somaliland government, the police force, and paid special honor to the President of Somaliland, His Excellency Ahmed Mohamed Mahmoud Silanyo, for making this possible. They counseled the people of Somaliland to understand the benefits of foreign tourists visiting the country in terms of economic opportunity for business and ultimately their contribution this brings to the development of Somaliland. On the other hand, Somaliland diaspora of Oslo warned of these possible concerns of illegal immigration on the safety of the country if an organized record of travelers and effective measures are not maintained by immigration officials in cooperation with Somaliland police forces.
You're still watching English news program on Somaliland National Television, the first Somali-speaking channel with an English news program. And now for our international headlines in detail. Berlin is the latest European city to see police raids with the arrests of terror suspects. Berlin is the latest European city to see police raids with the arrests of terror suspects. 2 Turkmen were detained on Friday morning suspected of having links to a group supporting the militant Islamic State and other radical groups. One of those arrested is, according to German prosecutors, suspected of radicalizing an extremist group through Islamist lessons and encouraging participation in jihad against the unbelievers in the war in Syria. The statement by the prosecutor added that they had no indications that the men had immediate plans to stage an attack. 250 officers raided 11 apartments after months of tracking group that was said to support ISIL with money and the recruitment of combatants. That brings us to the end of our English news program on Somaliland National Television. From me and the rest of my friends are leaving you until we meet for the next time. Goodbye.